Hi guys, and welcome to the final match preview of the season, which is quite emotional. It's quite emotional. It's been a good ride, hasn't it? It's been quite a season, hasn't it? And I think it would be fitting to hopefully win this weekend. Where of course we're going to be taking on Charlton in the League One playoff final at Wembley. Now, unfortunately, I can't make it to Wembley this weekend. I know a lot of people have asked me. I can't make it. And I'm not going to come up with some daft excuse. I just simply can't afford it. But, you know, it's really sad and I'm gutted, but that's just the be-all and end-all of it. And, yeah, this season for me, it's been probably one of my favourite seasons in many years for different reasons. And, yeah, you might say, oh, well, you're in League One, but it just has been. It just has been. There's just so much more positivity around the club. We're winning more games. Granted, a lot of people think we should have won the league. But if we go up this weekend, to go up via the playoff finals, that's the most sort of glorious way to go up. You can win the league, which is great, it looks a lot better on paper, but to go up in the playoff final at Wembley in front of all those fans and lift the trophy to all those fans, it's quite a remarkable ending to a season. So I'm hoping to God we can do it, but of course Charlton are in the way. And they aren't a bad team whatsoever. They are the sort of more informed team towards the back end of the season. They're absolutely incredible. They've just beat Doncaster on penalties, which I won't talk about, penalties in Charlton, because last time we played them at Wembley, we know what happened there, and I refuse to talk about it because I'm still scarred. But but yeah, they did manage to get through by beating Doncaster on penalties. I'm not a game it was, and I did feel sorry for Doncaster, to be fair. So yeah, they're a good team. And we know what their threats are, particularly Lyle Taylor, Joe Aribo, I think that's how you pronounce it. But Lyle Taylor, more than anyone else, for me, I think he's their real star man. He just has that little bit of extra quality. He's a little bit like Alan McGeady. His touch, his control, his finishing ability is second to none, particularly for League One. So he's someone who we're going to have to keep real close tabs on. But yeah, so the team that I would go with for us, I would probably change the formation because I know that in the last game against Portsmouth in the second leg, it was relatively defensive. It was almost like a 4-5-1/4-3-3, mainly a 4-5-1 where we had Katz, we had Power and Ledbetter in the middle. Whereas I think we should go back to a 4-2-3-1 personally. Jack Ross has said that there's a chance that McGeady will be involved. For me, I think he will more than likely start on the bench. But if he does deem him to be fully fit, then I would have him starting in the starting 11 every day of the week. Of course, which I haven't mentioned on YouTube, I have mentioned it on social media, but Grant Ledbetter, of course, prior to the second leg of the Portsmouth game, his mother sadly passed away, and he only come to light after the game that, you know, his mum had passed away, and then he'd gone and continued to play the game, and he didn't have a bad game either. So, you know, massive hats off to him. I mean, Grant Ledbetter is just Sunderland through and through, and he's just an amazing guy, and he's a credit to himself and his family and the fans as well. He's a credit to the club. So, you know, a massive hats off to him. But for me, I think for this game we should go back to a 4-2-3-1, and this is the lineup I would like to see us go with. So we have McLaughlin in goal, Oviedo, Ozturk, Flanagan, and O'Nien across the back. I would go with Catamol and Power in midfield. I mean, I've seen a lot of people say that they think we should put Ledbetter and Katz in there, but for me, I just think they're two relatively similar players. But I think Katz and Power for me would be our strongest two in midfield. Now, the most exciting part, which I've been begging for like the last sort of like 3 or 4 weeks now, the three M's: McGeady, Maguire and Morgan. Those are the three I would love to see behind Charlie White. Are we going to get it? More than likely not, because I think Jack Ross will find a way to worm Honeyman in, which, you know, I'm not slagging Honeyman off, but I just think those three behind White, it just guarantees goals, or at least chances. You know, if McGeady starts, he's such a creative player. He can, if the game's getting a bit dead or it's slowing down a bit, he could produce a moment of magic out of absolutely nothing. And we know what McGeady's capable of, and that's why he would have to start for me. Maguire, again, is a big game player, and he can get in their faces. He's creative, and he can score goals as well. Morgan, for me on the right-hand side, you know, it's between him. You know, Honeyman could play there, or Gooch could play there. Gooch, you know, he might have a bit more pace. might have a bit more strength. But Morgan, for me, he just has that little bit of, he has more of a spark than Honeyman or Gooch. He has that a little bit more intelligence and creativity as well. That's why I want those three behind White, because I think three really creative, hard-working players like those three, I think it's going to guarantee his chances. And White up top, who's just been brimming with confidence recently, and you know he wants the ball more. He's getting involved more. He's coming deep to collect the ball more, and his confidence. He's winning more in the air and stuff like that. I just think to have those three behind him, I can see us causing problems. But I just think when we do have the likes of Honeyman behind him, I feel like we go a little bit stale in that final third. But then again, that's not me slating off Honeyman. I just want us to have the best possible chance. But like I say, Jack Ross will more than likely favour Honeyman. So I believe that he'll probably take Morgan out of that lineup, probably take McGeady out of that lineup, and we'll more than likely see Honeyman in there and maybe Gooch as well. But for my score predictions, I'll go for a more sort of detailed score prediction, given it being the final preview of the season. So I am going to go with a Sunderland 3-1 win. I think that we will take the lead. If Aidan McGeady starts, I think Aidan McGeady will get the first goal. I do think Lyle Taylor will equalise, and I do think we will eventually get in the lead through Chris Maguire in the second half. But then I think time will start to drag. I think the game will slow down, and Charlton will really be at it. I think Charlton will be getting right at our throats whilst we are in the lead, leading by 2-1. But I think that will leave them open at the back, and then we might break. And then in the final few moments, I think it'll be Charlie White that, you know, puts the cherry on the cake, and we get ourselves a 3-1 win. So that's what I'm going to go with. I'm being brave. I don't normally predict playoffs because I just don't like it at all, but I'm going to do it. You know, this season I predicted that Sunderland are going to finish 5th, which I might make a video about another time. I'm just gloating because I did predict it at the beginning of the season. I predicted Sunderland to finish 5th, and that's exactly where we finished. But yeah, so my prediction in all haven't been awful this season, so I'm hoping I'm right in saying that we will win by 3-1. It will be a really difficult game. Charlton are a very, very good side, and we're going to have to defend really well, and we need McLaughlin to be, you know, 10 out of 10 again, because no doubt he is going to get tested on Sunday, probably several times, because they're a very attacking side, Charlton, but I do feel like they do have their own vulnerabilities at the back. So if we do take advantage of that and we do get at them, because I think sitting back against someone like Charlton, you're asking for it. You're just shooting yourself in the foot there, because they have the quality to unlock you. Despite how many players you might just throw back and choose to defend or park the bus, they will find a way through. Whereas defensively, I do think they're not 100%. I don't think they're fantastic at the back. So if we do have the likes of McGeady and Morgan, Maguire, just getting at them, then I think we have a chance here. And I'm going to stick with my 3-1 win prediction. So that will be my preview for this game, guys. What do you think the score is going to be? Let me know in the comments below. And what lineup do you think Sunderland should go with? Let me know in the comments again. So if you have enjoyed this preview, please hit the like button for me. It'd be massively, massively appreciated. And subscribe to the channel if you're not already to become a fully fledged member of the Sarny Army. But for now, you take care and stay jammy.